Hey, how's it going, friends? My name is Shudaki from the Let's Play channel HalvedStudios, and welcome back to more Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we finished up everything we needed to do here on Kashyyyk. We got Zalbar back, fixed Wookiee society, and of course, found the star map. And in today's episode, we're going to be heading off to the next planet in line, Tatooine. But before we do that, we're going to be once again having a quick chat with everybody around the ship. Now, it won't be nearly as long as last time, because last time we had all those piled up conversations that we hadn't been doing. We basically had like 3 planets worth of conversations to do all at the same time, where this one we only have 1 planet's worth, so...
Hey there.
Hey.
What can I do for you?
How about your brother?
Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Circa Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again.
That sounds like a good idea. So, Mission is a very interesting case here, because she is a perfect example of a biased person refusing to acknowledge truth that contradicts their preconceptions or worldview. Like in her mind, her brother sounds pretty scummy just from everything involved. He might not be the worst person ever, but you know, Mission has this idealized version of her brother in her head, and she refuses to even acknowledge any information that doesn't affirm that perfect idea of Griff in her head. It's confirmation bias, and everyone, even the best of people, can fall victim to it. Hey, Canderous.
Yeah, what
got
do
any
you
more
want?
long stories for me? Ooh, do you have any drugs?
Hey, don't worry.
Damn it.
There any?
Okay, looks like you got nothing for you.
Your choice.
Okay, now quick, let's do a little bit of work at the workbench, because we don't have anything for that. But we do have a new armor, Calo Nord's battle armor, the battle armor we got off of the very tiny Angry Small Man. And this armor is bloody amazing. It is a straight upgrade compared to the Republic mod armor. And when you put it's got a 9 defense, maximum dexterity bonus of 1, 10 resistance to cold, 10 resistance to fire, and 10 resistance to sonic, which doesn't really do much, but it's still good. But when you upgrade it, it's now a 12 bonus damage, and it's also makes you immune to critical hits and mind affecting. So, plus 12 to armor, max dex bonus 1, 10 resist cold, 10 resist fire, 10 resist sonic, immunity to critical hits, and mind affecting. Holy hell, that's strong. Let's see, do I care about any of this? No. I don't need to, well, actually, I should, wait, let's check Jahani's lightsaber. Okay, yeah, we did put crystals in Jahani's lightsaber. Never mind. Because I'm thinking, should we put crystals in, Jolie's lightsaber? But Jolie is a wizard type. If he's using his lightsaber to fight, he's doing something wrong, so... There we go. And now we have Baka's blade. So we're going to be giving that to Zalbar because Baka's blade is freaking super good. Plus it's upgradable. So we're going to be taking the parts off of the prototype vibroblade. Because pretty much used up its use. So Baka's blade, 4 through 14 damage with an additional 4 damage per hit. Attack modifier plus 2. But if we do this... it's now a 6 through 16, plus an additional 2 through 12 against droids, plus an additional 4 damage, and a critical hit 19 through 20, and if it crits, it does an additional 2 through 12, attack modifier plus 4. That is ludicrously strong. And we done guns, we done lightsabers, okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and... So you can't upgrade you can't level up companions on the Ebon Hawk, but you can swap out their gear. So we're going to give Calo Nord's battle armor to Canderous, because it's just... Oh, actually, we don't even need to give him that nerve belt anymore, because he's immune to mind affecting from the armor. So let's see. I say we give him the reflex armor because he's a soldier. Soldiers have low reflex. And then... Oh, which means we should probably give the mind-affecting belt to someone else. No, she's got the stealth field generator. Now we're going to take the prototype blade off of Zalbar and give him Bakat's blade. And you know what? Actually, we'll give Zalbar the mind affecting immunity belt. That just seems like a good thing to give him. Okay, and then yeah, we'll give the mind effect immunity belt to Zalbar. That'll be useful for him. And there we go. So we now got Canderous in his badass Calo Nord armor, and I like giving the Calo Nord armor to Canderous because in its own description, the Calo Nord armor says it's basically a modified Mandalorian armor, so it you know, thematically makes sense to give it to Canderous. All right, now we just need to get Canderous a slightly better gun, and he's ready to roll. Now, who else wants to talk? So now that we have, okay, we'll talk to Jolie. How's it going, Jolie?
Got something on your mind?
Yeah, you. Oh, he can make healing kits. Fuck yeah.
I suppose I could. Not.
Thank you.
Got something. Helmet. Ask. Got something on.
You got nothing to say? Huh. Maybe he won't talk until we leave. Oh well. Well, I'm going to now go ahead and talk to. So there's no point in me talking to T3 because again, T3 is just a good boy who does his good boy things. T3 is just a good boy who does his good boy things, and all he ever does is he has those 3 same responses, and that's it. But we have some new We have some new things to talk about with Zalbar. Is there something you want? I wonder if you could help me with a problem. Blah, blah, blah. Do you have a grenade? Okay, I've got a bunch already. Have anything to say about yourself, Zalbar? You have seen more than I would have allowed. You taught me some things too. I am grateful for that. It will be a while before I know what my role will be in making Kashyyyk truly free. I have a lot to learn. Why did you request Bakat's sword? I am not sure. I'm not sure I really know now. Father expects much of me. I guess I do as well. I think I've learned enough. I'll bring it back to Kashyyyk. What happens then, we'll see. Sorry we couldn't stay in Kashyyyk longer. You and I have important things to do, and I don't feel bad about leaving this time. I know I'll be welcomed back. Alright. So yeah, Zalbar again doesn't really have much to say. Like once you go to Kashyyyk, you get a little more out of him, but like that's it. So let's talk to Juhani.
How may I be
How's
of
it going?
assistance to you, Padawan?
Stop calling me Padawan. It's weird.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me about your past.
Well, I suppose I have not talked very much about the Jedi I met back home. They, all of them, were so very invigorating. They were so very alive, so full of hope and energy and zeal. In retrospect, I can see it was a little bit tragic. Well, yes. These Jedi were going to fight the Mandalorians just after they had invaded. Many of those Jedi perished in the fighting, but to us, they seemed invincible. Especially their leader, who they talked about all the time. Paragons of light and justice, sweeping away all iniquity before them. It was like looking at gods.
Damn straight, I do look divine.
I can only assume that that was some misguided attempt at humor. I was using poetic license.
No, I'm actually God.
Those Jedi, they were
Fear my
enthralling.
power.
Everyone wanted just to touch them. Some people thought it would bring them luck. Not that the peace they brought lasted very long. The Jedi left. The people grew complacent. Those who had been wronged saw their chance at revenge. And so the cycle continues. The oppressed become the new generation of oppressors. The human oppressed, that is. The non-humans were never treated well in any case. We felt the brunt of both administrations.
Was it that bad?
Of course it was. They took their frustrations and hate out on us because the people they wanted had already fled or were too well protected. But no one looks out for the injustices we suffered. Oh no, but I am sorry. I should not have outbursts like that.
That is an interesting concept that you don't see very often. The idea that people who are, like, oppressed and downtrodden do have the potential to become bitter and resentful and become the oppressors of a new generation. That's generally something a lot of people don't like to pretend is impossible to happen. Like, if you were ever oppressed, there's no way you could become evil yourself. But that happens all the damn time in society, and this game is this game is a philosophical gem. It really is. Between Jolie, Juhani, Mission, like, everyone's got, like, everyone's a good character, but they've all got their weird problems. I really like this. The character building is so strong.
Don't you see? The very fact I mentioned it means it has its influence. Anger can lead to the dark side, and I must be ever careful that I do not fall back into those ways. I thank you for your support. My outburst was uncalled for, but you did not lash back at me. You are a much better Jedi than I.
Oh, I was just waiting for the opportunity.
But let us not speak more of this now. We should continue on our journey. Perhaps later we will talk again.
Or perhaps now we shall talk again.
Yes. I have been bothered by something of late. I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling. I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine. Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastila. Taris, my homeworld.
Oh, so Juhani's homeworld was Taris.
If it were not for you and Bastila, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastila. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger.
Okay,
I need
that's
someone
fair.
to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
Technically what you're saying is true, but there were extenuating circumstances around that. I guess I'm sorry we didn't die? I mean, technically, you are correct, but also maybe we should unpack that slightly more, because there were extenuating circumstances, and single level analysis is never a good way to determine your life views.
I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
No. What would I ever know about losing my past? I'm generic background character man. I'm sorry, generic main character man. Why did I say background? I didn't mean to say that. Alright, it'll be alright, Juhani. It's fine. And besides, if you lash out, I'll just kick your ass again.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
No, that's not trivial. That's not what I meant to say.
Yes. I was remembering Taris.
Not again.
No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And the rat ghouls.
There was always the danger of rat ghouls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford. With no money to spare for any amenities, even the enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
So that's actually somewhat of a common theme in Star Wars. So humans are kind of like the dominant species in the galaxy, in the sort of like fantasy Dungeons and Dragons sense, where it's like they like weirdly get the most done and they're like the most ambitious. So they generally seem to have the most power in society, where other alien races are more they're more happy to kind of accept the simpler lives they have, where humans are constantly seeking more. So, like, humans are simultaneously both some of the worst people in the galaxy and some of the best people in the galaxy. Whereas more alien races tend to be, middle-lined. Twi'leks being one of the fewer examples, as they're more human-ish in many ways. But, like, Wookiees, despite being very technologically advanced and adept, are very happy, you know, just living on their planet in their tribal societies, following their tribal laws. Whereas human societies kind of, you know, did that once, but then moved on beyond it, and then moved on beyond that, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing.
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order, the one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians, she was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point, if there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris, but then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today. Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic, to save the galaxy, if we can. How may I be of... What is it you would like... I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is nearly a stranger to me. We Cathar do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate.
I'm desperate for friends. What can I say? I'm a basic bitch.
In truth, I have lived in the Republic too long, and I know little. I never met any others of my race other than my parents. But we are not diplomats. We do not deal well with groups. This situation is new to me. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you. To be accepted so readily, I find it difficult to explain. it is so different from what I'm used to. Just thank you for accepting me.
No problem.
How may I be? What is it you... Of course.
Okay, so that's all of Jahani's dialogue. And I suspect Jolie will have a big pile once we leave Terrace as well. Or not leave Kashyyyk as well. Alright, so T3, Zalbar, let's go ahead and have a talk with our good old Pally's mission in Karth. Or Bastila in Karth. Hey, Karth, how's it going, my dude?
Yes, what's on your mind?
Still don't trust anyone?
I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably.
I mean, not really.
I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important. It's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league.
Don't sell yourself short, my brother. You are, you're probably more adept than half the Jedi on this boat. Given your, like, you have better stats to resist, you have higher stats to resist, effects than any other Jedi. You're immune to 90% of everything. You're ranged. You're probably more adept than half the Jedi on board. Like, the Force doesn't make you invincible. There's lots of other things. There's lots of other useful skills in the galaxy that Jedi don't have that the Force cannot give you.
Because this is more important. This may really finally make a difference. I suppose even if I can't figure out everything that's going on, I still want to help if I can. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this...
Plus, we need a pilot.
Helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you.
And you're the
I've
best
been a royal
pilot in the
pain
galaxy.
the backside, haven't I? No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
No.
Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
All right. Hey, me and Karth are friends
Yes, what's
again. Anything else? Okay, nope, nothing to say with Karth. What about you, Bastila?
How can I help?
You know, I honestly feel like they should have put Bastila somewhere else in this ship, because like it kind of feels like, you know, because like Bastila and Karth just next to each other, and our final companion is also randomly. Do you want to talk?
Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's strange to hear news after all this time. It's quite distracting. Should we have the opportunity, I would like to find her on Tatooine. There's only one small colony there. It should not be difficult. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants. But perhaps we have better things to do.
No. I love family drama when it's someone else's problem. We're absolutely going to Tatooine, because this is gonna be great. Okay, so, well, it looks like we're not getting to Tatooine this episode, because there is one last thing we have to do while we were on the Ebon Hawk. And it's basically the thing Zalbar told us about a bit ago. So our food stores have been getting raided for some reason. Strangely, the food store seems to have been disrupted recently. No one in the party would have done this, so there must be some other explanation. Examine the food more closely. There are no half-eaten or torn packages to indicate the theft was from pests or vermin. It looks more like some unknown person has been conducting clandestine raids of your food stores. Wow, that's some words. Whoever the thief is, they must have managed to avoid detection by you or your companions so far. Maybe a thorough search of the ship will reveal the stowaway. See, like, that's not... See, like, if our party members would spread the hell out, we might actually be able to hide, because we got some damn good hiding spots. I'm curious, what... Oh, that's to the gun. That's to the gun at the top, right, okay. Because, like... Oh, we hear footsteps behind me. Oh. Yeah, because, like, if Bastila were to, you know, be somewhere else on the ship, we have some pretty good coverage at this point. Well, let's see. Hey, Canderous, if you see... Footsteps behind me, huh? Okay. Well, then what about over here? Nothing over there. Hey, Canderous! Like, We have a rat. Get your gun. No? We've already checked there. What about the hyperspace room? You hear the soft patter of footsteps behind you. Then you listen and they disappear. Alright, you hear footsteps, they sound like they're coming from the cargo hold. Oh, there's a small child!
Bonanakichu.
Hey, what are you doing in here? You're not the missing food. Carry on.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Okay, so I'm not gonna read this because it's gibberish to begin with. I don't understand anything you're saying.
Mucha shakapaka.
Yusha Mina Shada? So we have this small child now. Guys, why do we have a small child on the spaceship? What do you mean we have a small child? There's a small child on the spaceship. Okay, we'll just dump her in Kashyyyk. She'll be fine. Dark side option. Oh, wait, no, we have a pest on board. Force lightning. Oh, that's mean.
Mucha shakapaka.
Can you tell me your name? Point to Seth. My name Shudaki.
Mucha shakapaka.
Point to Wabashubashasha. Do you know what Twi'lek? Try to learn Sahara's language.
Tonki ba non tontek.
Many of those words you're speaking are Mandalorian.
Kipuna. Bonanakichu.
Hey, Kate Canderous, get your ass in here. We need a translator. It's like, what do you assume I know how to speak Mandalorian? It's because you're a fucking Mandalorian. That's racist. So what? Translate for us. It's okay to be racist against Mandalorians. It's okay to be racist against Mandalorians. They started a war. Don't you know how propaganda works? Okay, let's...
Selima wanga kunbikin.
But you're a Mandalorian child? You're...
Kipuna. Bonanakichu.
Are humans and Mandalorians the same race? Or are they just like two different or are there actual differences between Mandalorians and humans? Because I always thought Mandalorians were just humans that like lived under like a certain clan name. Like Mandalorian was more of a state identity as opposed to an ethnic identity. Or racial identity, not ethnic. Okay. Try to learn the language.
Tonki.
Istu Noble One?
Dong abuk shami no nok.
Things.
Mucha shakapaka.
Girl waves her hand around, swooshing sound. Starship.
Dong abuk shami no nok.
Leaf,
Tonki.
Abi... Leaf,
Kipuna.
Sleep?
Bonanaki.
Panel. It's, your home. Leafa means
Kipuna.
home.
Bonanakichu.
Okay. Liba
Dong
Nuba Wama. I see you. Or you
Dong
see me.
abuk shami
Girl hides
no-
face behind hands. Hiding. Nasa
Tonki
Wan means
ba
hiding.
non
Girl's
tonte.
unsure. Nuba Havagish? I don't know anything
Selima
about that.
wanga kunbikin.
Sala Binda Badawada. You're hiding in the starship. It's your home. I understand.
Mucha shakapaka.
Yuba Shabagwam. So you said that before. Is Gushabwam?
Mucha shakapaka.
Girl points at you. Something about me? Yes?
Dong
What
abuk
is it?
shami
Girl
no
smiles,
no.
points at her chest. Gibashwan. Gibashwan means you
Mucha
like
shakapaka.
it. Yashigwan. You like me.
Selima wanga kunbikin.
Yabashiba Nuba. Nabasaba. You said first when I found you.
Kipuna.
Girl slaps her
Bonanakichu.
leg. Me Abadabas. Abas means hit. Is that
Kipuna.
it? Girl frowns,
Bonanakichu.
hits her legs.
Tonki ba-
Gabashima Miba means hurts. No, I understand. I won't hurt you.
Tonki ba
Me
non
Abagwaba
tonte.
Simubagaba. I'm sorry, it's the language. I hate this. Yum! What kind of word is that?
Dong abuk
She looks
shami
puzzled,
no
points
no.
towards elsewhere in the ship. A part of the ship, a room.
Mucha
She
shakapaka.
mimics the sound. It's like, yum is food. Come on, that's easy.
Selima wanga
She smiles.
kunbikin.
Niba kaba washama. Nabagish. All in one phrase.
Kipuna.
Girl looks for a
Bonanakichu.
moment, stabs towards floor. Gishamin means floor.
Kipuna.
She covers her mouth with
Bonanakichu.
her hands. Niba gashawaja. You're not speaking now. Grisha means now. Nakasha means before.
Kipuna. Bonanakichu.
You want some food now. You're hungry.
Tonki ba non tonte.
Tabamiga woobwaba. tabled you? What do you mean?
Mucho shaka
Girl
paka.
points to her mouth. You want to tell me your story?
Donkey
She
ba
points at
non
you.
donket.
Yuba shaba me tuba waba. You tabbed, so tell me about. I
Donkey
get it.
ba non
Tabbed me
dontek.
wooba. Communicate with her in her own language.
Mucho shaka paka.
Is there something you want to tell
Dong
me?
abuk
She seems
shamin.
uncertain. Yes, you can go home.
Mucho shaka paka.
Communicate within her language.
Mucho shaka.
Is there something who will take you home?
Dong abuk.
If Lurgar is still there, we'll see. Girl seems something. Okay, did we get everything we needed? Ah, her original home is Dantooine. So we can help this stowaway by bringing her to Dantooine. Alright, well, we are running out of... With all that figured out, we are running out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to end it off here. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And in the next episode, we are going to be making a quick stop back at Dantooine in order to drop off the stowaway at her home. And then heading off to Tatooine to do a numerous amount of things. Mission, Bastila, I know Karth's got some stuff going on there. But until then, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all again. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.